Hi, good morning. I hope you're having a good day so far today. So for me today, the main thing that I would like to do is trim my string of turtles. For some reason I couldn't remember what they were called there. That was weird. But anyway, my string of turtles need to be trimmed mostly because my one of my string of turtles, I have one that's the main plant, and then I have two that are propagations from the main plant, but one of them is not doing very well. So I'm gonna try and, save it by propagating fresh vines into that container and getting rid of the ones that aren't doing well. That's the main thing that I'm planning on doing today. And of course, knitting and crocheting later on today. I'm really enjoying that, just being able to do both at the same time. I did not say this yesterday, but the knit square is 30 stitches across and 26 rows, like back and forth. I think that equals 26 rows. I'm not entirely sure, but it is 26 rows like total and 30 stitches on the knitting needle, in case you were wondering how big that was. But anyway, yeah, as for right now, I just wanted to say good morning, and I hope you're having a good day so far today, and I'll see you in a little bit when I get started taking care of the string of turtles. But I wanted to show you them first. So this is the little one that definitely needs a lot of help. I'm sure you can see very clearly how bad it is. I genuinely don't know if any of these vines can be saved, but I'm going to try. I'm going to most likely replace the entire container of soil and try and just keep the healthy ones, because inside here there are actually some healthy vines and they're like in the container and I don't know why. So I'm going to try and get those out and save those and see if there's really anything else that I can save, but I don't think so, unfortunately. Also, the string of dolphins are loving it over here, and they still don't have any bugs, which is absolutely amazing. I am still so surprised by that, because they were outside technically with a bunch of other plants at the plant store, and yeah, there aren't any bugs. It's really, really impressive. This is the main string of turtles that I have. I've had this little one for about 2 years. I think about 2 years, maybe a little bit more than that. I genuinely don't know. I've had the little one for quite a while. I got them on clearance, and it was in kind of really sad condition when I first got it. So the fact that it's still doing as well as it is absolutely amazing. And also, all of the string of turtles that's in this container and in this container are propagations from this little guy. So yeah, this little one is super healthy. I'm probably gonna trim it about to there, most likely, because that's where it starts to get a little bit less full, and that way they'll be able to grow super healthy again in the spring. And then this little one is where I'm going to trim this little one, like probably way up here. These guys a few months ago were doing really, really, really badly, kind of like the ones that I showed you first are currently, and now they're super healthy. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be able to propagate most of the vines from this little one into the other container and make that one much healthier again. But yeah, this little one is also just doing super amazingly. It doesn't have any vines on the back of the container at the moment, but that's perfectly fine by me. Just the fact that they're doing well is amazing. But yeah, again, I'm probably going to trim this guy all the way to up to here, and this guy probably about to here in the general area of that. This guy is full, by the way, all the way around, which is also super impressive. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what they look like before I get them trimmed, because in just a second they are going to look much, much different. Mostly that one. I wasn't really able to save any of the string of turtles from the one container that was there, unfortunately. I think I have like 2 vines. The leaves just kind of fell off the vines, so I was just like, okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna be able to be saved. But so I am going to completely start new. Oops, that's not how that goes. The strings aren't cooperating, but you get the idea. I'm gonna put them in the same type of container that they were in before. This is the same hanger that was on it before too. That's why it's being a little bit annoying at the moment. I need to get it situated properly, but I was able to get quite a few little vines, and I'm going to just put some soil in this container, and then I'll show you how I propagate them. I have before, but in case you want to see, as you can tell, yeah, they are very well trimmed back there now. I like to do like a really big trim on the string of turtles, like twice a year usually, right before spring and right before fall usually is when they need it. And this was their spring one, so I think they are ready for their growing season now, I hope. I also don't know what kind of plant they are. Are they a succulent? Because they're very easy to take care of for me, but they do need water fairly often, so I don't know what kind of plant they are. I just know that I like them. Alright, I have some soil in the container now. So what I do to propagate these little guys is, oh no, they're all tangled together. Okay, we got one. I take one of the vines and you can see the leaves that are up at the top here. I make it so that I remove, like, I don't know, anywhere between 4 to 10 usually. It's just however many come off. And then the stem up here doesn't have any leaves on it, but this piece still does. And then I just I'll deal with the rope later, but I literally just put them on the soil, and then I will just put some more soil on top of the vines, give them some water, and then they're done. They just kind of do their little thing, grow some roots, unless they don't grow roots, I don't know. I've never actually seen any roots on these, so maybe the vines are just how they live. I genuinely don't know how these things live, but yeah, I'll just put some soil on top and some water, and then that's how I propagate them, and they do really well until they decide that they don't, and then I have to propagate them. But honestly, those little guys have been not doing well for probably almost a year now, so it's really not surprising that they were in such bad condition. I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to save any of the vines, except for, like I said, 2 or 3 of them, but it is what it is. They were way worse than I thought, unfortunately. But yeah, so I just removed a few leaves from this stem so it doesn't have any, and then it has leaves down here, and then I just put it on top of the soil. And that's literally it. So I'm gonna be here for a minute, so let me do this, and then I will show you what it looks like once I am finished. That definitely took a bit of time because the hanger that I had them on was not working at all. I may or may not have completely redone that, but it looks much cuter now. It holds them a lot better, so this should work better for them. But they're all in the container. I was able to propagate pretty much every single vine that I trimmed, which was amazing. I don't know if every single one is actually going to be, you know, propagatable, if that's a word. That's one of the reasons why I like to have so many at the start. And also I have so much extra rope now. This is the same rope that it had before, but for some reason there's a lot more. I have no idea why. Maybe it's shorter, I don't know. I'll find out in a second when I hang the little one up. And I obviously have not given them water yet either. But yeah, this is the new container of string of turtles, because the other one, unfortunately, I was not able to save. That little one just completely fell apart when I touched it. But I'm gonna hang this little guy up right now, see how they like it, give them a little bit of water, and then I will be right back when I get started. Haven't decided yet, either knitting or crocheting or both, I don't know. I'm so happy that I was able to, you know, have enough vines to trim to be able to propagate another little guy, and they look so cute back there, all short for the spring. Looks like we're gonna be knitting today because this is what I grabbed. I didn't grab the crochet hook, so today is a knitting day. I don't know if I'll finish the whole square or not, but I'm gonna try. I don't know how long it takes me to knit one of these just yet, because when I knit the first one, I wasn't exactly paying attention whatsoever to the time it took, because I was honestly just kind of enjoying the rain when I was knitting, and also it was my second time re-knitting it, so I was just like, I just kind of wanted to get it done, so I was not looking at the time because I knew if I did, I would, you know, get frustrated if it was taking a while. So anyway, I don't know how long this takes yet, so we will figure that out. And also, you know how I say I leave my knitting needles and crochet hooks and stuff on the floor and I break them because I step on them? Literally every single one. This is my container that I keep all of my knitting needles and crochet hooks and all the like supplies and stuff in. Like the crochet hooks are in here, and then the knitting needles are in the bigger one. But I left it in the middle of the floor, and that's like a main walking path, like to get to my desk, and I don't know why I do this when they literally go in the bin right there. So now they're put away and I won't step on them, because if I stepped on that, I would, you know, that's all of them. So they would probably, you know, not do very well if I did. But anyway, as for today, it once again was very, very cold and I am so tired of it, but at least it was sunny, so I enjoyed the sunshine. And again, it's still very, very pretty weather. It's just I am tired of being cold, but again, at least it was sunny, so I can't complain too much. I still will though. And so far, it looks like the little ones are doing very well back there. I'm sure the main string of turtles in the center there is very grateful for the trim. Now they're going to be able to focus on growing their new leaves and their vines again. They grow very slowly, but when they do grow, they grow a lot. And same with the other little guy over here. I'm pretty sure that was the first time like I have trimmed it like a lot and fully since it has recovered actually, which is really exciting that it was able to recover enough to need to be trimmed. I was really nervous there for a long time because it was looking very, very bad. Honestly, worse than the little plant that I technically had to get rid of today. Seriously, when I picked it up, all of the leaves just fell off and it was very, very sad. But it does happen, unfortunately. And that plant has been struggling for quite a while because before I put it into that container, it was technically like 6, I think. 6, it might have been 8 actually, smaller containers of string of turtles that I had in my windowsill, but I noticed that they were doing bad there, so I thought maybe moving them into a bigger container would help them. It very much obviously did not. I mean, they lasted maybe longer than if I left them in the smaller containers, so maybe it did help them at least for a little while, but apparently not enough for them to be okay. So yeah, at least I was able to save a couple little vines, but again, unfortunately wasn't able to save the majority of them. But I had enough vines from these 2 little ones to make a new container, which is good. String of turtles are one of the, for me anyway, easiest plants for me to propagate, and I have no idea why. I don't even know if I'm doing it correctly, but I mean obviously because it does seem to work. And I'm really, really hoping that the string of dolphins will be able to get to that point too, where they get long enough and full enough so that I can propagate them, like fully propagate them. I am trying to propagate just a teeny tiny little piece of them because they had some aerial roots, so I put that in some soil. It's currently in the bathroom, but I don't know if it's going to propagate or not, but it would be amazing if it can. And then if I can get to the point where that little one up right there needs to be trimmed too, I can propagate it and then fill in that little empty space in between the other 2 string of turtles. It would just it would be amazing. But besides taking care of my string of turtles today and running a couple of errands, it was a fairly normal day. Did go for a walk with Mom outside today, and again, like I say, it was really cold and I honestly wasn't expecting it to be that cold, but it was still sunny, so the sun at least felt nice, and it was nice being able to get outside because for the past few days we haven't been able to because it's been so freezing and cold and, you know, rainy actually for almost like a week. So it was very nice being able to get out for a walk for a little while. And same with working out with Dad. It was cold, but at least it was in the garage, so it was slightly warmer than the outside, so that was good too. I'm curious, so I'm going to lay those out real quick. Hang on. The crochet and knit squares that I have already made, I want to put on the floor to see if I will even be able to sew them together in the, like I said, the checkerboard pattern style. I don't know if it's gonna work, like the crochet hook, or crochet hook, granny square, knit square, and then granny square and knit square all the way across a row for a blanket, and then, you know, all the way down and continued throughout for a blanket. I don't know if it's gonna work because the granny squares, I almost called it a crochet hook again. The granny squares are slightly smaller than the knit square, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but I would love for that to be able to be the way that I make it. I just think it would look so cool. So I want to lay these out here real quick. Can you see them there? Kind of, not really. We can put them back here, I think, so you can see maybe a little bit better. Actually, no, I think that might work perfectly. Obviously, I need to make quite a few more little squares to be able to even see if it's gonna work, but right now those are actually a lot more the same size than I thought they were. And I don't know if you can see or not, but there is a dark pile of stuff like in this general area. Yes, that is soil that I spilled on the ground earlier. I was adding a little bit more to the top of the string of turtles, the new one, and I accidentally got soil on the carpet. I'll clean it up later, hopefully, if I remember, but I did get soil on the carpet after all. I was very proud of myself for not making a mess, but then at the very last second, I did. I mean, there's a little bit of soil on the carpet right here, but it's not much compared to like what I usually have. Oh, that was the other thing that I did today that I wanted to say. I moved my ficus trees that were in front of the bathtub. I moved them and they are now in the window, and it is like the perfect day for it because they're getting some sunshine. Not this window, my bedroom window, but I moved them over there because that's where the, I guess, main ficus tree is, where the two propagations came from. So that windowsill now has 4 ficus trees in it technically. One is on the floor, 3 are on the windowsill, but there are 4 ficus trees over there and it looks so pretty. I have the one ficus tree on the floor, like on the far side of the window, and then I have the top of what used to be the tree next to her, and then in the middle I have Mallory, which is a ruby ficus or a rubber tree, I think. I'm not entirely sure. That might be the same type of plant, but that's what it looks most like. I don't know though. And then I have the other propagated ficus tree that was the center of the tree on the other end, and they just look so cute and happy over there. I hope they like it. The one that was the center of the tree has been over there for almost a week now, and it seems to be very much enjoying it, so that's why I felt like I can move the other 2 back, because the sunshine is up for a lot longer, so I think they'll get enough sunshine. And it looks so cute. I'm so happy that I moved them. It's gonna be a little bit weird not having them in front of the bathtub anymore, but I think it's gonna be kind of nice because I have to move them so much, like in order to vacuum or shower or anything. They're kind of in the way, so I was always worried about bumping into them or hurting them in any way. So I am happy that they're back in the window, and I just hope that they like it, and it's seriously like the perfect day for them to be over there. And I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you that, because I was very excited that they were able to go back in the window and get some real sunshine. And now in my bedroom, every single plant over there is a tree. I have 4 ficus trees and Lloyd, who is a Norfolk pine, I believe, but he's a very big tree. Can you see him back there? He's like on top of the cube storage. He's my Christmas tree, and he will be, this Christmas will be his 6th year, so he's 5 years old currently, but yeah, he's getting very big, so I have a lot of trees over there now, and it's kind of cool that they're all trees. But we most definitely are not going to be finishing this square today. We are at 17 rows. Again, I think that counts like both this way and back as a row. That's how I count it anyway. It did take me longer than I was expecting to, but that's perfectly fine because I'm not in any rush. I love making tiny knit squares and crochet granny squares and stuff like that. It's seriously one of my most favorite things to do, so being able to make a blanket out of them is going to be really fun. I just hope that it works. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, so we will be figuring it out as we go. But anyway, that's going to do it for the video today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and way more importantly, I hope you have a good day today, no matter what you're doing. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you have a good day, and as for tomorrow, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be getting up to yet, so we will figure that out tomorrow. But again though, as for today, just thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day today, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! I'll see you later!